I was born in Vietnam.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but I came when I was a baby,
Oh, I see.
and I
So
didn't.
you
I
pretty
didn't.
much like grew
Yeah,
up here then?
yeah. So I didn't even know
Yeah.
I was born somewhere else.
Yeah.
But then we came, and then my uncle, actually, I have family in L.A. That's where we were at, and like coming here, Reno. My family moved here, and this is kind of where I grew up. But I was always back and forth to California, L.A. here, and but yeah, this is basically my hometown, if anything. Um, Single parent. I mean, I don't want to dive too deep into it, but basically, like I just kind of grew up with like it's hard when your family are immigrants coming here trying to. First of all, they don't even speak English,
Yeah.
and they have to like, you know, it's pretty common for like um, Asians or Hispanics or what have you, or even others as well, like Poland or Polish and such. When they come here, so like a lot of the jobs be like in the casino, or they start off like as maids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cleaning or uh, what do you call it? Or restaurants. So that's kind of like where my family came from, and or as far as starting off here in America. So they had to meet make ends meet that way.
Hmm.
Pretty common to
I feel like
a
it's
lot.
pretty common for like immigrants,
Yeah.
right? Like they just kind of, oh, come to America and I'll just figure it out when I get there. Find a whatever job I can get just so I can survive and like, build it up from there.
Right. Pretty
Um,
much.
yeah,
Literally everybody.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's kind of I think that's what kind of made it a little. I don't know, man. It's like it's very broad. Like there's so many different aspects to it, and that's why like I've grown to learn like there's really because I've had of course I had a chip on my shoulder or resentment towards family members, things like that. But like at the
yeah,
end of the day, when you're older, when you kind of put all the puzzle together, so to speak, you kind of you realize what's what, and like, of course no one's perfect, and like you're blessed to where you're at today, and
mm,
everyone pretty much just try their best.
yeah,
So them not knowing English, them having to go to work, at that age so young, and then me being, the only child at the time. So it's kind of like it was hard because my grandma, she was the rock of the family. She had like seven kids, and my aunts, my uncles, my mother-in-law. So they all just kind of like when we came here, it was like we had to stay like packed, like I don't know, like 13 of us in a house. It started
yeah.
off in
There's
like
a lot of people
yeah,
in
and
the
like
house.
in like Denslow. So that's where it started. It started off in east side of Reno, more the inner city area here, and we were packed inside my cousin's house basically, and they just kind of like started progressing through the progression. Um, you know, was able to get an apartment. I think it was like a one bedroom apartment. There was 8 of us in there, so I've slept on the ground or bunk beds like my early. I don't know. I'd say like man, 15 years or so, or 18, I think, something around there.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like it was a little difficult, but so that's why like no offense to anyone or what have you, but I mean like to my family, it was like heaven for lack of better words. Coming to America to be like on Section 8,
yeah. I mean,
government assistance programs.
if you think about it, in compared to like a third world country, right? That's probably a lot better than
yeah.
like that situation. Even though like you're in a small apartment, there's like 8 people in there.
Oh, they came from the jungle. I heard a lot of
Yeah,
stories,
like if
man. They
if you
came
came
from
if you came
straight
from like
Saigon,
a shit,
Vietnam,
shitty
Saigon, bro.
fucking neighborhood, like
Yeah.
this is so much better. And then there's actually like opportunities here to actually make money. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And that's why I feel like a lot of immigrants like come here because American dream is like, oh, come here, make money, and like
True.
live a good life. But it's not as true as we hope to be. But like that's a different topic. But you know what I mean?
But I mean, like, if you think about it, and that's what kind of humbles me when I think about, their structure and their journey, their upbringing, and like things that were taught to me growing up, as far as like, you know what I mean, like, because they love to use that too, you know what I mean, especially like part of my disciplinary system, aside from the ass whooping.
Yeah.
And like the kneeling down in front of the shrine, in front of the gods, you know. So I had to do that until the incense burn. Aside from all that, but like when they do speak,
Yeah.
that was like one of the things that they'll use, like, you know, like we came here, to, you know, to America.
Yeah, we sacrificed everything
for you
to like be acting a fool, like, you know what I mean? So
exactly, and I had a lot of that.
Yeah.
It seemed like an everyday thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you gonna let down your ancestors, your family, blah blah, and
I get that.
yeah.
Um,
That's why you see me when we go eat, bro. I finish everything. You notice that? And I eat so fucking much, it's crazy. That's why. Even when I'm full, I finish every freaking like.
I mean, I do.
Grain of rice. Dog.
I did the same thing too, but I don't think it's that.
That's what it was, because it was for me, because it was instilled, you know, onto me.
Yeah.
You gotta finish your food. You know, we never have blah blah blah. So
yeah, I mean, I was like growing up too. I was taught to like finish all my food too.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just like programmed to like.
At least that's what I remember.
Finish whatever's on my plate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like growing up, struggle, right?
The struggle. It's pretty. I guess I would say it's a common story, even though everybody has their own battle no one knows about.
Yeah.
But it's pretty common, at least for the immigrants and the Asians, I guess.